all things Randi at RandiRhodes.com.
Go for launch.
Speaking truth to power, the Randi Rhodes Show.
The latest legal fight over abortion, this time in Arizona. The state Supreme Court began hearing arguments yesterday in a case that could reimpose an abortion law from nearly 160 years ago.
What?
It would ban almost all abortions there, with exceptions only to protect the woman's life or her health. Janet Chamblian has more on this case.
I'm happy to walk through with the court how all these laws fit together.
Anti-abortion advocates opened arguments in front of Arizona's Supreme Court Tuesday, hoping to reinstate an 1864 law, a near-total abortion ban in the state, without exceptions for rape or incest. The point of contention, whether that Civil War-era law should supersede a less strict 15-week ban, signed last year by then-Governor Doug Ducey, a Republican. Democrat Chris Mays is the Arizona Attorney General.
This specific case is about the need to ensure that women aren't saddled with an 1864 law that was passed before Arizona was a state, before women had the right to vote.
The Arizona case came a day after the Texas Supreme Court denied Kate Cox's request for a medical exception to its near-total abortion ban, even though her fetus had a likely fatal genetic condition. Her lawyers said carrying it to term could have hurt her chances for pregnancy in the future. Cox ultimately left Texas to get the procedure.
What we're seeing in states throughout the country is that laws that have an exception for the life and health of the mother are extremely problematic for providers.
CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
And it forces women to go to court to ask if their doctor's advice can be followed and if they can obtain an abortion.
Can you imagine having to go to court to ask the court whether or not the doctor could give you, a cancer treatment, whether or not you could have chemotherapy, whether or not you could have radiation, whether or not, can you imagine you got a split second to make a decision. You're in an ER situation, which I just was, right? And now on top of, watching, my husband writhe in agony, and on top of knowing that he's got, fractured, broken ribs or whatever, broken bones, I have to go to court to ask the court's permission to do what the doctor is recommending I do to save his life, or to, make sure that he doesn't puncture a lung. I mean, this would not fly in any other scenario other than a woman and pregnancy, which men are just in awe of. Oh, my God. How do you bleed for 5 days and still walk and talk? Oh, my God. How do you carry another human being in there and give birth to something the size of a bowling ball and still walk and talk? Oh, my God. Just mind your own freaking business. Move along, okay? Go out there, make a living, and support the thing. Go. They want to go back to what? 18 and 64? When Arizona was a territory? Wasn't even a state? When women were chattel, when women couldn't vote, when women couldn't own any property, we couldn't have credit cards? See, I think I found the way to move a conservative woman off of this. Just tell her you can't have a credit card anymore. You can't go on the real. You can't do any online shopping because you don't have a credit card. Oh, no. Oh, you can't buy another gun online. You don't have a credit card. You're chattel, baby. You're going to have to ask a close relative's permission. I'm serious. This is unbelievable. And the arguments that they're making are bull crap, right? Again. So I needed to tell you about, what's going on in Texas, and that Ted Cruz, by the way, Colin Allred, really good candidate, seriously, worthy of holding the Senate seat of Ted Cruz, is on the ballot against Ted Cruz this particular election cycle. Ted Cruz, who also would not comment on what the Texas Supreme Court did to Kate Cox, literally said to her, oh, well, I know a lower court told you to go ahead with your procedure, that your life was in jeopardy. But we've changed, we've changed the opinion now. And this has only to do with you. And the answer is no. No, you cannot. You cannot preserve your life so that you can go home and heal and try again. We don't want to see that happen. We don't even have to tell you why. We just don't like it. We don't like it. We don't think that you met the strict standard of scrutiny that is required under the law for the exception to kick in for you in Texas. No wonder Thelma didn't want to go through Texas. No wonder. I'm telling you right now, this is like such a... And now Arizona. Oh, my God, Arizona. They really want to go back to 1864. And then the third story I need to tell you is that the Supreme Court of the United States, the big one, right? They are hearing a case that will outlaw mifepristone. They're going to do it. They're going to decide it. I can't see where Amy Coney Barrett says, sure, you could do it at home. Sure, it's okay to terminate the precious jewel of a life that was given to you by that rapist. You know, every life is sacred. Every life is worthy. Every life is, worth protecting. I say no to mifepristone. And what's next? What's after that? You got it. Any kind of birth control. So they are going after a modern society and trying to, and they showed you where they want to go to. See, we're all wondering, is it the 1950s? No, it's the 1860s. And, there's been a number of opinions where they actually said that if they can't find the actual language in the founding documents, which would take you back to the 1700s, right? If they can't find, the actual privacy protection, the word privacy, if they can't find the actual word abortion, if they can't find, the actual voting rights portion of the Constitution in the original documents, not an amendment, forget that, in the original documents, then you don't have that right anymore, and they will take it away from you. This is really on. This is really happening. And the argument they made was, I swear, I'm gonna tell you, this is the Republican position on the issue. Okay, on the issue of abortion in Texas. Quote: This is Senator Daines. I guess it's Montana, right? So he says, we do not support a federal ban on all abortions. Democrats who say we do are lying. Second, we believe there should be exceptions of rape. Oh, good luck proving that. So now you got to go to court with a DNA sample. Okay, that's what you're going to, and a rape kit. Don't forget to get the rape kit. But anyway, he said, we believe there should be exceptions of rape, incest, and health and life of the mother, except you do have to go to court. And then he said, but there needs to be reasonable limits placed on late-term abortions with exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. And you wouldn't really need a late-term abortion exception for rape or incest. That would happen almost immediately to any woman who was raped or was gotten pregnant by her uncle or her mother's boyfriend, which isn't, the court would say strict scrutiny, not incest. It's your mother's boyfriend. There's no blood there. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of rape is okay. But anyway, he said contrast that position with the Democrats' position, which is to put limits on taxpayer-funded abortions up to the very moment of birth. That never happened. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.